So it's the way to.
We can finally get the spear.
If we could find the fucking right way.
Nah, it's not worth it. I've given up on that a long time ago.
Aww. So Ben, any thoughts on the game so far?
Despair. Pain.
Like, what are your legit thoughts on it since we're reaching?
I love it. I actually love it.
Quite a big point.
I think it's so great how it builds up its key story points as well. How it like lays the seeds for things to come. Like the way it plants all its seeds is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, approval from a future storyteller, guys.
No, because the first. Okay, so basically the way I like thing I like about this game, I can explain it, is the way it starts, and the way it starts is just brilliant because it's really it's quite a slow start, but it leaves like
Leaves an impression.
Yeah, and it's also no, it's not just that. It's you think the way it ends, like with them killing Adam and Eve, you feel like those Adam and Eve were like the main antagonists, right? That's
Pretty
what
much, yeah.
that's what you're meant to like think, and then you like think, oh, it's all over. Adam and Eve are dead. You played the game as 9S and 2B. What like it hides all of its big reveals past all of that, which I think is brilliant. That it just leaves all those things until the third part. Wait, no, I'm kidding. I know it's about it.
I was literally pointing the triangle button like, I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm sorry, you were saying that.
Yeah, so yeah, it hides all its big reveals in the second half of the game, which I love. I love that it does that, and it doesn't actually reveal anything in the first half, really.
Yeah, I agree with you. Definitely. Like, yeah, you just think, oh, that was the end of the game. But no, that's like half the game, I'd say. Definitely, for sure.
So we going?
Looks like it, yeah.
Hello, and thank you for choosing Tower.
No, this bitch again.
We apologize for
Yeah, but I agree with what you're saying completely. Like, I'd say the story for ending A and B is quite. I mean, you know, it's not. It's a build-up, I'd say.
Yeah, it's not really like I wouldn't even call them endings. It's weird that they call that endings.
It's still awesome, yeah.
Yeah, but it's really weird that he calls them endings because they're like chapters. They're not really endings.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And the fact they make you play through his 9S again too.
Yeah,
just to give
it
you a
makes
little bit more like insight on.
And it also makes you feel like there's no point after that, which is really clever. Like, you know how it ends the same way for 9S as it does 2B? It makes you feel like, oh, that's the end point of the whole game, that point. There may be a little bit more after that, but then it's like, nope, there's way more after that.
And then you get the previews.
Yeah.
I think you gotta go to the smaller ones. Because they're your keys.
Oh, right, okay. I'm sure. So how do we... There's one more. Where is it?
And of course, well, this is self-explanatory, but the music is absolute motherfucking god tier.
Yeah,
Music's
really
great.
is.
I mean, listen to this shit. This is like proper immersive shit. I love it.
What?
I think you got hacking.
Oh. Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
But yeah, the music's great in this game. I mean, this is probably the first time I've seen like these events happen in the game. Because obviously, as you guys know, I've got platinum the game and I've played this game to absolute fucking death. But even watching it again, like watching it play from someone else's perspective, seeing their reactions, like this game's just a treat, man. It's a proper video game. And I gotta say, Ben, seeing your reactions have been pretty damn awesome. Like I've had a blast.
You've had a blast watching me go from happy to like blubbering man.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss getting lost with you. I'm gonna miss spamming the hack button. I'm gonna miss all these sad and happy times. Mostly sad times, you know. You got one more. And you finally got it. Yeah. But I'm really happy you've enjoyed this game so far.
Oh man, it's brilliant.
This game is one of the best, I'd say, definitely.
One of the best of 2010.
Oh yeah, it's a contender. And this
game
game
of the year
needs-
for 2017 is going to be so challenging.
This game needs all the publicity it can get because it's one of the greats for me.
It
most
really
definitely.
is. It's up there in my top 5 games of all
Yeah,
time.
I mean they just made what made #1 great, and they made it even better with this game with the whole partnership with Platinum Games.
Like I said, I don't know how this story's going to end, but I honestly hope there's more NieR games in the future.
Oh, me too, man. Me too. It'd be epic.
I want
In
more
this
Yoko
universe.
Taro.
Yeah.
I want more
Exactly.
I want more of this twisted son
Yoko,
of a
make
bitch.
more shit. We don't care how fucking
Wait,
depressing
what?
it is. We don't care how many
What?
kittens you have to step and kill to make another NieR game.
Oh shit,
But
they interrupted
we
me.
want you to get on that shit. We love you, man. But come on, talk about now.
You were thinking about...
But yeah, they made everything about the first game great, and they made it even better with the partnership with Platinum Games. Like the gameplay, they had the storytelling of the first game, and the great gameplay of fucking good call, man, on partnering with Platinum Games of all places. Like Jesus Christ, like they've made a proper like action RPG with different variety. I mean, look at this shit. We got a hacking mini game. We got a little tank shoot 'em up in our little like hack and slash mini game. We've got text scrolling. We've got all this crazy variety in the gameplay.
I will say there is one thing that bugs me about this game.
What's that?
Is it's not really it's more of a nitpick.
Okay.
Okay, this sounds you might not agree with it, but because you have the hacking for 9S, it really doesn't matter about your level per se for 9S, because you can kind of just get by without even having it. You could be level 0 and still kill all the enemies.
Possibly, if you're skilled enough.
Yeah, just with the hacking. I mean, like...
But to be honest, some of the hacking is still quite skill-based as well.
It is, but it doesn't matter about the level, if you get what I'm saying.
Cutscenes.
Oh.
We gotta stop talking. Shit.
Wait, you?
Hello, twins. How's it going?
9S, we've been expecting you.
What?
The two of us will take things from here. You need to open the door to the tower.
Quick, Ben, hack! Hack away! Oh, the music! Song of the Ancients, boys!
Oh my god, it's so slow.
What are you talking about?
Come on, 9S. Hack in while you can.
None of this makes any sense!
We'll explain everything once we're inside.
Oh, this is a bit we've been waiting for. Yes! The vocals! So this song played in their boss fight in the first NieR game. And they've made a fucking epic remix of it with the vocals.
I'm literally just watching them annihilate everything. They're welcome.
Yeah, man.
Not like fighting.
Yeah, when I first got to that cutscene, when they like oppose you, I'm like, oh for fuck's sake, not again. But this time they're actually helping you, which is nice. You're in! We're in, boys!
Spoilers for NieR.
Let's hack that shit. Oh, I spoiled that ages ago, man. Hey, you ever played the first NieR game?
I really do want to play it still.
Oh, mate. That game's gameplay is hard to get by. I'll tell you that much. Like, it's a lot of it is... you got to put up with a lot in that game, in terms of gameplay.
Alright.
The story's great. The story's fantastic. Love it. But gameplay is... Oof. You've got to work with a little bit there. I'm sure those of you who remember the don't do this or you get sent back to the beginning room, remember?
Yeah, Yoko Taro needs to stay with Platinum from now on.
This barrier.
Even if they don't like make more NieR games, this will still remain as a fucking yeah, for sure.
Unit 9S could permit its self-consciousness data to lose control.
Oh my
The
god.
resulting energy surge has an acceptable probability of temporarily paralyzing the barrier.
That's
God,
almost as
this
bad
is
as not
unbelievable.
going in at all!
What happened?
It's the barrier.
Popola!
No, don't! You can't do anything! The wall's got a self-closing
Enough!
algorithm!
Devola and I, we have to atone for our sins no matter what.
But if you do that, Your circuits will...
Right.
I mean, I don't even know like the backstory of these two, and I don't even think they live.
Devola!
I hope you don't regret this.
Oh shit! Oh man. You know, it's really hard to do final thoughts in this game when shit keeps on giving.
There are no final thoughts.
There are no final thoughts,
Keep
man.
playing, boy.
To be
Keep
honest,
playing. Shut up and play.
You've heard most of my thoughts around the entire LP, but to be honest, it's...
Oh,
man.
here we go.
Here we go. Alert! Oh, do you want to do it again?
No.
Are you sure?
Fine.
Nah, Ben's giving up. Alert! Data records discovered for units Devola and Popola.
But at least put on a little bit of a feminine voice.
Oh, okay. Do I have to act this out?
Yes.
Fine. Alert! Data records discovered for units Devola and Popola.
That's not feminine.
Oh, it's the best I can do, man.
Gotta do better.
I'm a dude. I'm not a woman.
What are you trying to say?
Oh shit! Open it now.
Wait.
Open that shit. Yeah. Right, more text. Here we go. Ellipsis. A dusty wind kisses my cheeks. Buried in sand, we press forward one step at a time, with nowhere else to go after all, because our models, the Devola and Popola models, are defective. Records transitions in the project's initial phase. When first we woke, there were still people. They had flesh, egos, emotions, souls, and they issued us a single order: function as observers for Project Gestalt. This is the sole mission of the twin Devola and Popola models. It is the only reason we exist at all. We were the latest model, though many companions shared our appearance. There was a sparkle in all of our eyes, a sense of pride at having been entrusted with humanity's future. And yes, there was anxiety as well. But we existed as a pair. We shared destiny's burden as a pair, and because of that, all hesitation was swept away. Each pair was given their own cities as observation areas. We were ordered to give the replicants with our own hands, all for the sake of the promised time that would one day arrive. We were the only ones who could handle such a duty. We were observers after all. Okay, little backstory on NieR there. Ah! Watch out! Devola staggers and falls in the soft yet unforgiving sand. I hurry to her side and sigh with relief when I find she's not seriously hurt. Are you alright? Sorry sis, guess I spaced out there for a bit. She smiles, the same Marie smile I know so well, and she rubs absently at her leg. It is wrapped in a white bandage. Your bandage is coming undone. Here, let me change it. It's alright, Popola. Come on. We have to go before we lose the light. We won't be going anywhere if sand gets in that thing. Now quit whining and hold still. I'll be quick. Devola grunts and turns away. I take it as consent. Soon, we are resting in the shade of a nearby rock as I pull the bandage free. Artificial skin, torn and bloodied, peeks out from beneath the bandage. Judging by Devola's current lack of ambulatory control, man, that's a big word, I imagine the circuitry underneath has been damaged as well. Taking a deep breath, I... What?
Oh, what?
Oh, okay.
What? Oh no! I have choices.
Sure, why not?
Check the circuitry to see if it can be repaired. Replace the band and hope for the best. Check circuitry to see if it can be repaired.
As expected, wiring in the nerve circuitry has been damaged. Replacing it will require new connectors, as well as some tools. None of which is easy to find in the desert. Sorry about this, sis, mutters Devola. That re-smile again. It kills me every time. Don't you dare apologise, I respond. You've done nothing wrong. I calmly change the bandage, try not to let my worry show. I make it as tight as possible so no sand can slip inside. It's all I can do until I get the proper materials. But that's going to be a tall order, considering our current condition. I'm sorry, sister. Okay, now you're apologising. We both apologise while insisting the other's apology isn't necessary. It's kind of funny in a way. Such a trivial exchange under such circumstances. We laugh together, the sound echoing out across the desert before being stolen by the cool evening wind. Report regarding the increase in relapses. There has to be some way to prevent relapses. Devola's sharp voice echoes through our private quarters. You must be quiet, sister. The replicants will hear. Pfft, they wouldn't understand even if they did. That might be true, but regardless. Annoyed at my hesitation, Devola crosses her legs and scowls. A black scroll took another victim, she says. Ooh, the black scroll. That's 3 this month, it's spreading way too fast. So the black scroll is a disease in NieR Gestalt.
Alright, is that the current...
It's what the replicants suffered when they've like had too much time away from their souls.
Oh,
then,
right, okay.
At least I think is what it is. It's something to do with that. Anyway, let's wait and see what happens. I'm tired of hearing you say that. Her shout makes me jump. Just a little, but enough for her to notice. Seeing that, her eyes suddenly were open wide. I'm sorry, sis. It's not your fault. I shouldn't have lashed out like that. It's okay, I understand. It's all going wrong. You can feel it too, right? When I was first assigned to Project Gestalt, I was over the moon with pride. But now my chest hurts just to think about it. If it were to fail. Before we knew it, the replicants had gained a sense of self, and the black scroll started raging out of control. It moved fast. So fast. Like a wind. Popola and I would go to the observation room and act like it was all okay. We talked to our replicants as if we didn't have a care in the world, but at night, we just hold each other and share the horror of it all. I'm glad you are with me, murmurs Popola. I couldn't have handled being an observer all alone. We were able to endure because we had each other, I reply softly. Didn't the humans see this coming? Is that why they made a twin model? Were they really so clever? Were they really so cruel? I couldn't have done this by myself. I would have descended into madness. I simply couldn't bear such a burden all alone. When I get the chance, I'm going to try contacting another city, she says. Maybe these abnormalities are a localized phenomenon. I pray that's the case, I reply. Even if we're of no use ourselves, things will still work out if the other observers can pull through. Don't worry, it's going to be okay. But it wasn't okay. Nothing was okay. All thanks to a pair of Devola and Popola models from another town. The wind rubs my cheeks, the sand grazes my skin. It's grown cold out here. We walk with renewed purpose, jeez. Hoping to make up for lost time. Devola loses her balance every now and then. It gets bad after a while. I slip myself under her arm so she won't fall again, and we press on. Is your leg alright? Well, I doubt I'll be dancing anytime soon, but yeah, it's fine. She smiles as she says this, but I can tell she doesn't have much left. And yet she continues to smile, also I won't worry. I remember when our resistance allies injured her leg. I was furious, beyond fury. I wanted to scream and cry and lose myself in it, but then she smiled, and all of that rage just drifted away. To think we have the same face, yet such different smiles. One day, I realised how she reminded me of the martyrs I'd seen in old records. That was the day we decided to leave our town forever. Record of Project Gestalt's end. Our role as observers ended on the day Project Gestalt collapsed, all due to the actions of Devola and Popola models from another town. These were the ones you fight in the first NieR.
Yeah.
With the original Gestalt lost, humanity was doomed to be an inevitable extinction. Knowing this, we gathered what remaining replicant data we could find and launched it to the surface of the moon. Oh! So, for your information, the original Gestalt is the main bad guy in NieR. He is the Gestalt version of the main character, who is NieR. And with him gone, basically humanity's fucked completely. He was called the Shadow Lord in the first NieR game. I digressed. And though success was as unlikely as finding a lost sand grain in the desert, we still had to attempt it. We still had to try. We were androids, you see. Protecting humanity was our instinct. Other androids, beholden to that same instinct, began to direct their hate at the Devola and Popola models who'd snuffed out humanity. It started small, a few offhand remarks, the occasional glance, but even the smallest things have weight, and with enough of them combined, that weight eventually becomes a boulder. Emotions boiled over, remarks became jeers, and soon enough, my sister and I were the perfect target for persecution. Oh man. So they've been blamed for a crime they didn't exactly commit.
Yeah.
At first, we simply accepted the fact that our friends turned on us. It was almost unavoidable, I suppose. We were observers for Project Gestalt, after all. And while we didn't cause it to fail, the people who did, well, they looked just like us. So we accepted it. We took the resentment and scorn we endured. Because as crazy as it sounds, I think we actually felt responsible. We moved from town to town in an effort to avoid persecution. But in one such town, my seemingly infinite patience finally broke. My sister Devola met with unprovoked violence at the hands of a resistance member. She said something in response to his taunts. Something quiet. And though her words were ambiguous, he slashed her leg nearly in two. My vision narrowed, everything went red, and then she smiled at me. It's okay, sis. There's nothing we can do. But it was too late. My emotions were no longer in my control. I'm simply not strong enough to stand aside and let the most important person in the world come to harm. Devola and I left town that same day. Violence like that wouldn't stop. It was going to happen again. And it wouldn't be coming from just one person. So rather than just let them kill us, we ran. I guess it was the greatest resistance I could muster. We lose the sun as dark clouds gather overhead. We continue our march. A cold wind blasts us, stealing what little body heat we have left. I smell rain in the air. We continue our march. Sometimes we hear animals howling in the distance. It makes us flinch every time. But we continue our march because even this is better than suffering at the hands of our fellow androids. Why must we suffer this persecution? I know we're the same model as the androids who doomed humanity, so I understand that part. At least a little anyway. But at the same time, we're not them, we're not the same. We are who we are, and that Devola and Popola were who they were. That's how I felt when I saw Devola being hurt. I wanted to shout it at everyone, I wanted to scream. As far as I'm concerned, there's only one Devola. And for her, there's only me. No one can take the other's place. Rain falls from the sky. It stimulates our sensation nerves like cold needles. We need maintenance badly. That's a pipe dream, I suppose. No android would dare help a pair of outcasts like us. Are you cold, Devola? I'm alright as long as you're with me, sis. I feel the same. We press our bodies together to try and retain heat. It's cold now. Much worse than the searing heat of midday. But we just smile at each other and keep pressing on. There's another camp on the other side of the desert. A new camp. If we can just get there, I can finally fix Devola's leg. And yet, I wonder if there's anywhere on this planet that will take us. Hey, what's wrong? It's nothing. Don't worry about it. I do what I can to suppress the anxiety in my chest and keep walking. The rain grows worse. It lashes at us without pause. Is this our punishment? I reach out and... As long as we have our bodies to support one another. As long as I have someone with whom to share my fate, then I will press on, no matter what happens to me. Because I won't ever stop protecting her. I won't stop. No one stops. For that is the fate we twin androids have been assigned. Man.
Oh, even the bad stories to them is deep.
Everyone gets a bad story in this game. It's unavoidable. Everyone must suffer. The failure to manage the area resulted in the collapse of the Gestalt system, which led to the decimation of the human race. Due to the discovery of its instability, the twin system was removed from future android production designs. Following the incident, the Devola and Popola models were not dismantled. However, in order to prevent further unexpected behaviour, they underwent a memory wipe. Furthermore, they were reprogrammed to generate constant feelings of guilt.
That is all that remains from their personal record during the era in which they were referred to as administrators.
I see.
Query: why do the androids Devola and Popola seem to prefer death over surviving alone? There was a very high probability that at least one could have escaped.
I hope you never have to understand.
Affirmative.
Oh man, and I think that's gonna end it once Pod has finished talking.
All
I'll
material
read that.
transport takes place via aerial vehicles. It is irrational for an infiltration route to be so easily accessible. Hypothesis: entrance is a trap.
And yeah, we'll go inside anyway.
Well, guys.
That is going to be it for our
think-
recording of NieR. Thank you for joining us. Glad you enjoyed everything we've been bringing you so far, and I hope you're not feeling as sad as poor old Ben here, because he's not even talking, he's at a loss for words. Poor guy. Yeah, so that was a nice little backstory on the Devola and Popola units, who were big players in the first NieR game. Nice treat for them. But what I like about this game, though, is that you don't necessarily have to have played the first game to enjoy this one, you know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I quite like that. I mean, it's nice that you do know stuff from the first NieR game,
but if you don't, you're gonna be a little bit lost as well.
not really, because
They explain it,
yeah.
but you
you don't actually see all of that like you did in the first game. Yeah, but still, you don't need to play that game to understand this one. But you should play it anyway, because first NieR is good. But yeah, thank you for joining us for this part of our NieR LP. And
we'll be...
go, Ben. Go on. You want to finish it off?
No.
No, me?
You go
Okay,
ahead.
I will continue. And next time, in our next recording session, we will enter the tower and, ready for this? We'll beat the game.